So if you're going through something, I just want to reiterate this and just say this once again. Get excited. If you're going through a tough season, get excited, because that's when you discover who your real friends are. And we had to discover that for ourselves. So we discovered who our real friends are when we went through that. But there's something else we had to discover in that journey, that Manisha and I, my wife and I, we could not we could not make each other the source. She could not be my source, I could not be her source. And we realized that when we were having conflict and when we were having some clashes with one another, it was like when you're driving a car and the fuel is running out, the dashboard flashes and it tells you, hey, you got to get to a petrol station or this car is going to crash. This car is going to break down. You need to get to a petrol station quick. That's what we realized. The warning light was flashing on our dashboard, and we realized that we need help. But the question then is, where will you go? Now, the big mistake that many of us make is we tend to run to, this person, that person, here, there, and the other. I try to get help from YouTube videos. YouTube, help me, right? Google, help, right? But I want to propose to you that God is the ultimate source, and He is the only person who can satisfy, because He is love. And this is what I mean when I say this. Unless we understand the love triangle, we're going to be hopelessly going in circles over and over and over again. So I came up with this little triangle. I hope you agree with this. And why I'm so passionate about this is that without this love triangle, without this secret sauce, this equation, we cannot have unity in purpose. We cannot have unity in direction in any relationship. There cannot be spiritual unity and an agreement, especially in a marriage context. So this is what the love triangle looks like. On one end you have the man or the husband, on the other end you have the woman, and if both those individuals are going after the author of love, the source of love, who's God Himself, because the scriptures say, the Bible says that God is love, right? He is love. And so if we are going after Him, if we are pursuing Him, if we are receiving daily downloads of love from Him, instead of trying to pull it from the person beside us or from other people around us, if instead of trying to pull or draw it from relationships around us, if you're going to Him, the ultimate source, if you're going to Him who has endless supply of love and acceptance and grace, if you're going to Him, then guess what? If both of us are going to Him, we're going to inevitably draw closer to each other. If you are both going after Him, if both man and woman, husband and wife, are chasing after Him, inevitably we will draw closer to each other. And so I sometimes speak to friends and we address this in some conversations, that maybe sometimes the frictions that we see in our relationships or in our marriages or even our friendships could be because both the individuals are not chasing after the author and the source of love and compassion and grace. And so this is huge. This is huge. This is huge. And this made all the difference for Manisha and I. And I love this quote. Everywhere you look, you see people searching for love. Everywhere you look. But they are looking in the wrong places. God is love, and they will never find what they're looking for until they find Him. They will never find what they're looking for until they find Him. We should not make the mistake of thinking that marriage will provide the ultimate satisfaction for which we all hunger. I love this. This was a huge lesson for Manisha and I. And we keep learning this over and over again, every now and then, every anniversary. We recognize that we don't stand a chance without the love of God, right? We should not make the mistake of thinking that marriage will provide the ultimate satisfaction for which we all hunger. Only God satisfies the hungry heart. Only God. Marriage is but one of the channels He uses to enable us to taste how deeply satisfying His thirst quenching grace can be. I love this quote, and it's powerful. This quote probably defines everything about what Manisha and I, how Manisha and I go about doing marriage, because we recognize that He is our source. And trust me, believe me, I'll be the first to admit it, that whenever I've fallen out from that, whenever I've tried to replace source, we've had issues, and we've had to remind each other, wait a minute, you go to your source. Let's all go to the source and get the download that we need. And then let's come back and have a conversation and iron things out, right? So that's a huge key that I would like to present to you and propose to you as well.